Well, another day, another project. This morning's project, I decided while I had the body off, I thought about this, it would be a lot easier to try to get the shifter linkage adjusted. So I've been working on it for about 3 hours this morning. Neither one of the brackets that came with the shifter would work. So I don't know if we can be able to see this, but I went and made my own bracket, got it hooked up. And then I went and mounted the shifter back here on the bed of so I can test it. So park is forward, neutral, first, second, neutral, reverse, and then park. But if I would have had to try to adjust that, I must have got under that car about 30 times today, taking that bracket on and off each time, trying to get it right. So what I think I'm going to do now is disconnect the cable and go ahead and put the body back on and then find a place to mount the shifter, because now it's just a matter of bolting the shifter to the floor. It's adjusted. The cables are set, everything, no matter where I mount it, and nothing's going to change. So let me see if I can get the body back on and we'll find a spot to mount the shifter. Well, today's been a busy day. I probably spent most of the day on this shifter cable, but I got it, it's in, I got it adjusted, I got it mounted. I didn't like bolting it to the plywood, so I went and welded it to the plate that the steering column on. I welded another steel plate and then mounted the shifter onto the steel plate, so it's all going to be part of one piece. I think it'll be a lot stronger that way. Tomorrow I'll take the body back off. I'm going to run to the drive shaft shop and see if they can make the drive shaft for it. And also I need to measure the fuel cable for the fuel shutoff. It goes here. It's going to go down underneath. I got to find a spot in the car for that. It's a push-pull cable. And also I got to get a throttle cable. It's going to go down through the firewall. And I got to figure out how to mount that to the gas pedal, the new gas pedal that I'm making. So, a lot to do. Oh, and I can put the radiator in, mount the headlights and the radiator. I got all that, so maybe tomorrow I'll have some more time. I'll start working on that too. Now let me get back to work, get something done. Well, this morning I mounted the radiator, got the headlights mounted, I got all the water lines hooked up. We're getting close, and I've been working on the layout for the pipes for the zoomies. I'm figuring out how to cut them. I don't want them to stick out past the tires in the front too far in case they hit something, and I know they won't stick out past the back tires. So I've been working on that, and also this morning my drive shaft. He called this morning about 10 o'clock, said it was finished, so I run down there and picked up the drive shaft. Maybe later I'll pull the body back off and then try putting the drive shaft back in. Let me get back to work. Well, I decided to pull the body off real quick and put the drive shaft in. I was a little nervous. I didn't leave a lot of room putting it in. It's a Power Glide 2-speed, but it doesn't have a tail housing. It's got a roller housing on the back. You can see right here, there's just a roller bearing. The whole transmission is just from here to here. But the problem is, the splines on the yoke only go in the transmission 1 3/4. And that's not a lot. The yoke it was 6 inches long. I had 3 inches of it cut off, plus the 1 3/4 that it's in there, and then there's 1 1/4 inch showing here. So I only left 1/4 inch clearance for the shaft to move back and forth, and I got lucky. I did get it in there, but I had to take one of the caps off and cock the U-joint sideways to get it in. And then once I got it in, I was able to slide the cap back on and then slide it back 1/4 inch. Normally in this style transmission, they use them in rear engine dragsters, and the rear ends are solid mounted, so there's no suspension. But my suspension doesn't move that much, and I've tried pushing it up and down, putting weight on it, and with the limited amount of driving I'm going to be doing with this, I think the 1/4 inch is going to work. So we'll see how that goes. And also today, while I had some time, I went ahead and thinking about it, I thought the brake lines were done, but I didn't put the 2 stainless lines here in the front to the wheels. So I went and put those on today, but I didn't bleed the brakes because the reservoir for the remote master cylinder is under the seat. So once I permanently mount the body, I'll connect the hoses down to the master cylinder and, you know, everything else that needs to be connected. I won't be taking the body back off anymore. Well, let me get back to work. Oh, this week's been a busy week. This morning I've been working on the Zumi pipes. You can see here I've been trimming them and fitting them, trying to get it where I want it. I didn't want it really to stick out past the front wheels. Right now they're about a 1/2 inch out past the front wheels. But if I bring them inside the front wheels, then I got to cut them shorter and then they're higher off the ground. And I didn't really want to get any higher off the ground. I like the way they look there. So let's see if I can get a better angle on it here. I think I'm going to leave them right there and then take these off and try them on the other side just to make sure that before I cut the other 4 that I don't need to go any longer or shorter. And also this morning I ordered the throttle cable, the fuel shutoff cable, and the ends for the cable. So hopefully they'll be here in the next day or 2. Once I get them in here and get them mounted, I can permanently mount the body on. Well, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and hopefully we'll have it running soon.